Yo, what's up, guys? It's D Brown with TrackCast TV. Today, we're going to be going over the USATF predictions. It's been long awaited. People have been asking, D, what do you think about these USATF predictions, right? We have so many talented athletes that's descending upon Oregon. They're competing today. I'm making this video today just to see, because there's been so many people dropping out, so many people saying they're not going to run. I mean, we just had Fred Curley announced, I think 2 days ago or a day ago, that he's not going to be competing for various reasons or undisclosed reasons. I mean, my list has just been changing so much. You know, we've had Quincy Hall. You know, he's dropped out because of hamstring issues. We know Michael Norman. It's just been a various athletes just dropping out. Meanwhile, we have athletes we haven't seen in quite some time. We've seen Michael Cherry. He's going to be participating. We've seen Trayvon Bromell, you know, someone who has been injured these past couple years. He's making his way back. So it's really dope to see these athletes come out the blue. So we're going to break it down of who I think is going to be top three, some of the dark horses I see that can really sneak in there. If you remember last year towards Paris, I was the one that said that I believe that Noah Lau is going to run the 100. I told you how it's going to happen, because in those last couple meters, I believe Keishane Thompson is going to falter. So I think I have a pretty good, I have a pretty good handle on, what top three is looking like, how the athletes are going to be running. I haven't seen any rounds yet. I'm recording this fairly early. So I'm really interested to see how these athletes are going to be competing. So yeah, I'm going to give you, just based on names, just based on what I've seen during the season, and maybe as we scale down to the final, I'll give you guys another, confirmation of my prediction just based on what I see. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start off with the 100-meter dash first. Men's, I'm going to slide through this real quick because I'm going to go over the 100, the 200, the 400, the 100-meter hurdles, 110-meter hurdles, 400-meter hurdles, and then finally the 800-meter dash. So we have quite a few to get through, so it should be a ball. Let's go ahead and get started. So with the men's 100-meter dash, I have Kenny Bednarek taking it, right? He's been someone that's been really consistent in these Grand Slams, collecting his money even though they ain't get paid out, but he's been really, really competitive. I mean, I feel like he has no weak part of his race. His block start has been phenomenal. His transition has been great, and of course he has top end speed because he runs the 200-meter dash. For someone to even take it, they will have to have a better start than him and be able to have really good top end speed. If there's anyone that I believe that can probably do that, and I have him being second, it's going to be Trayvon Bromell. Trayvon Bromell has done a really good job this year at running 9.83, staying injury free. I believe he knows it's going to take a 9.7 effort to be on top this year, and I believe that he has the fastest PR out of everybody, faster than Noah Lyles, not faster than Fred Curley, but Fred Curley is not here, and he has a faster time than Kenny Bednarek. And he's experienced. He knows what it takes to get to this level. He's just been hurt. I have him getting second, a close second, but second. I think Kenny is still pretty strong in his top end speed. I think it's going to be determined like those last couple meters, 5, 10, 15 meters or so. Maybe even 5 meters. It may go to a dip. And Kenny Bednarek is pretty tall. Meanwhile, Trayvon Bromell is like 5'8". So I do think that Trayvon Bromell is there for second. I have Jordan Anthony coming in third. So Jordan Anthony is an NCAA champion. He won it in lane 8. He's someone that went 9.7 in the NCAAs. Really, really talented athlete. So he's since signed with Adidas. He's been training between Arkansas with his regular coach, and of course he's been dabbling with like Lance Brahman and Noah Lyles. So that really says something in terms of, a lot of his strengths. He's an ex-football player, and I think he's fully committed to the process of track. So that's probably like a big weight off his shoulders. So I'm really interested to see, and he's a gamer. He seems like he's a real big gamer. So I'm really interested to see how he's going to be looking this year. Some of the dark horses I do have are a lot of these high schoolers, man. I have Tate Taylor. He's someone that ran 9.92 at the Texas State meet to win it. He seems really humble, doesn't seem too distracted by a lot of the BS that comes with track sometimes as a high school student. He didn't seem to relish in that moment too much. He's ready to get to the next big thing, which is now very grounded, it seems like, in his interviews. He's someone that it seems like, he can really sneak in there, maybe even get fourth or maybe even third if someone doesn't qualify to the next round or someone's not on point. The next person I have is Maurice Gleaton. He ran 9.82 to beat Christian Coleman. He's someone that seems to be very confident, someone that seems to be really ready to run fast. Really, he's a really good accelerator. I'm just interested to see how he's going to do. Like I said, against some of these pros, and he's already showed that, man, when he really takes it out, When he ran against Christian Coleman and Hicklin, and when he was in Florida, he was able to really like put it to those pros. So I'm really interested to see how he's going to do. And my last dark horse is going to be Christian Coleman. You know, Christian Coleman is someone who's been struggling this year. He has broken 10 seconds, I believe, but it just seems like he's just been struggling with trying to get his race modeling together. You know, his start doesn't seem like, his trademark start doesn't seem to be there. His transition doesn't seem to be there. And I think they're trying to improve his top end speed, but again, like he's been someone that's been so ingrained in the accelerator model, the 60 and being able to hold it model, that I'm not sure if it's under him. It's very interesting. Christian Coleman is a curious case because he's someone that has gone, you know, 9.7. He's gone 9.7 before and 9.8 consistently and has the 60-meter world record. He's run 19.8, but it just seems like, you know, his speed endurance is on point. He just seems like he can't, his race model for the 100, he just needs to switch up a little bit. So I'm hoping that he can kind of sneak in there, at least be a solid contribution in the 4x1. If he does slide through the like top 6, that would be really great to see because he is considered a vet at this point with a world championship under his belt. For the women's 100-meter dash, I think that one is just as complicated. I have Melissa Jefferson Wooden taking that one. I mean, she's someone that's been super duper consistent. Has been running 10.7 everywhere. She may mess around and go 10.6 in this thing, depending on if the weather's on point. I have Jacia Sears getting second. She's someone that has been having like really great races, like 10.8 races, and then she'll run 11.1, 11.2, or 11.0, excuse me, like 11.0. But she's someone that's been really consistent with the rounds now that she's healthy from University of Tennessee. So I'm really interested to see how she's going to do. Then I have Tamari Davis. Right, Tamari Davis is a very sneaky one. She always comes through with the 10.8. She always does like a really great job. It was really hard because I was thinking between her, like Tamari Davis, and then Twanisha Terry. If you remember last year, they swept the Paris qualifications. They had Sha'Carri Richardson, Melissa Jefferson, and then Twanisha Terry. So that was a really good look to see. But I do have Tamari Davis skating in there. She's been relatively quiet this year. But I think she's going to show up when she needs to. She always comes through with a solid 10.8, 10.7, and she's still fairly young. Very quiet girl, but still very young on the scene. As far as dark horses, I have Twanisha Terry, and then I have Gabby Thomas. So the reason why I have Twanisha Terry is because she's someone that is very inconsistent. She'll pop a 10.8 one day, and then the next time it'll be like an 11.2. So I don't know which Twanisha we're going to get. I think she's still trying to figure out her race model. Very powerful athlete. She needs to figure out how to turn that over and hold it. Gabby Thomas, she's someone that is very tricky as well because does she have the ability to go like 10.8, 10.8, 10.9? Yes. Is that the kind of shape that she would need to in order to run those deep 21s, like 21.6, 21.5? Yes. But she's also someone that has very good talent in the 400-meter dash. I think she's more of an Allison Felix type where she has tremendous speed, endurance, and strength in the 200 and 400. But, you know, she's using the 100 to keep that turnover going. My biggest fear from her is I hope the 100 doesn't drain her legs because that, you know, it has a tendency to do that where either, you know, she may get hurt, hamstring issues, or she doesn't have the same explosiveness that she has. It messes with her central nervous system, it seems like, in the 200. So, but like I said, she does so much strength work. She's in really good shape from Grand Slam. So I'm really interested to see how she's going to bounce back, you know, from that 100 going into the 2. But I have her at the dark horse because if anyone makes a mistake and she's around in those last 60, 70 meters, she's going to do a really good job. I don't have Sha'Carri Richardson making the top 3, but she is a world champion. So I think she's just doing this meet as a formality to kind of get in better shape. If she's anywhere in the 11.0s, 10.9s, then I think, you know, she's going to do some damage, maybe being like 10.8 shape by the time you know, she reaches the world championships. I think she did sustain like a really bad injury. I think it's a lot worse than people think. Maybe like a really bad hamstring strain. So it's probably just taking her some time to get back into rhythm. So yeah, we're going to see how that goes. For the 200-meter dash, I think this is going to be a really interesting and entertaining race, but I think we're going to have Noah Laus cleaning that up. I know Kenny Bednarek really wants it, but I don't think that he necessarily has I think he wants it so much that he's going to make a mistake. And Noah Laus does not make mistakes, really, unless he's just in really bad shape. I do know that Kenny Bednarek did run 19.7, but I don't think that's going to be enough. I think Noah Lyles is going to bring that down to like 19.6 or 5. But who knows? It should be a really good race. And if he does win, I'll be interested to see their next rematch, which will be the World Championships. But I do have Noah Lyles winning that. I have Kenny Bednarek getting second, and then I have Jordan Anthony getting third. Again, with Jordan Anthony, he's the NCAA champion in the 100. We didn't really see him kill it in the 200 like that. He was very reserved. But I have a feeling that, with that 19.7 speed, and him being able to stay strong throughout, that 200, what he could actually do in those particular races. So, I think he's good for like a 19.7, 19.8. Could I be pulling that time out my butt? Sure. But I definitely think that, he's someone that can really sneak in there and surprise a lot of people. The dark horse I have is Courtney Lindsay. He's someone that's been on the scene at the Diamond Leagues, has been competing head-to-head with Tobogo, Lasila Tobogo, and he's someone that has shown that he can go 19.5, 19.7, and 19.8. So hopefully he can put it together, be a dark horse, but do I see him getting that top 3? I don't, but if there's someone that can, I think it will be him. For the women's 200-meter dash, I have Gabby Thomas. So, of course, Gabby Thomas, she will be running the 100, but I haven't seen anyone be super duper consistent under 22 like Gabby has. I think if there's anyone that could challenge her, it would be Anavia Battle, because she's been like kicking butt and taking names overseas at the Diamond Leagues, which is very important because she's been getting those Diamond League points. And I think Anavia Battle will get second, or if Gabby Thomas makes a mistake, she will get hawked down by Anavia Battle. I think Melissa Jefferson Wooden is another person that, again, it's very, very tight. Melissa Jefferson Wooden did beat Gabby Thomas, and I think it was Philly in the 200, which was a big shock. But I think that really woke Gabby up, so I think that's why she will get first. But Melissa Jefferson Wooden is a problem. To go 10.7 the way she's been going 10.7, I think her 200-meter dash is the reason why she's been able to do that, and really be able to secure that back half. She also beat Julian Alfred, so that really shows how strong that she is. And I think to continue to be a formidable opponent, she's gonna have to make sure that 200 is on point. So it's really gonna be tight. I mean, as far as dark horses, I have Tamari Davis, she's a great finisher, and I also have Brittany Brown, who's a really great finisher. So if any of those top 3 women make any mistakes in those last 50 meters, I definitely think that it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough for like a Melissa Jefferson and a Anavia Battle. But I mean, we're dealing with all great finishers here, so it should really be interesting to see how these athletes finish. For the 400-meter dash, we're going to move along. For the 400-meter dash, for the men, everyone's been talking about Quincy Wilson. How's he going to do? He's a really talented athlete. This is who I have. I have Chris Bailey winning it, right? Everyone talks about how strong Quincy Wilson is. Chris Bailey is a very strong athlete. This year he set a PR in the 200. He's been running 44.1. He had a really good indoor season campaign. He's been doing a really, really great job, and he seems to be healthy. He's someone that I think that will go 43 this weekend when it counts. I think he would do it on the strength side. I think he will have him a great finish. I think he's someone that's going to be in the mix around 300, and he's just going to kick it on in and demolish the field. I think Quincy Wilson is someone that would get second. I think Quincy Wilson has been slowly working his way up. And he's someone that last year has showed that he can run 344s in a row, right? And I think that he will get that second spot. I don't see 2 people beating him. I don't see 3 people beating him. Bryce Dedman is a person that I see getting third. Bryce Dedman has been really close. He's been running 44.2s, just getting out-dipped always by Quincy Wilson. So I think he's someone that will really be in there, that he just needs to make sure that he stays close. He needs to make sure he stays aggressive. He really runs his race. But that's what I have as my top 3. Chris Bailey, Quincy Wilson, and then Bryce Dedman. Like Quincy Hall obviously is not there. I think he's someone that will maybe qualify through Diamond League final just because he's been going to these Diamond Leagues. We don't know how severe his injury is. So it's really unfortunate if he's like out indefinitely. But he's someone that I definitely see that can make a comeback and can get on his race rhythm. And that's someone that, can really like build off of his Paris final. As far as dark horses, I have Vernon Norwood. He's someone that's been super consistent this year. We've been waiting for his time to come. He's been a relay, demon in terms of like really helping the USA out on mixed relays, on 4x4 relays. He's been hella consistent, and it'll be really great to see him get his open opportunity to really showcase that he's a talent in the open 400. He is a talent, but in the open 400. And then as far as dark horse too, no one has really talked about it because Quincy Wilson has been getting a lot of the publicity, but Quincy Wilson did get beat from my high schooler recently in Jaden Horton Mims, right? I was just talking to a friend the other day, and we were talking about the marketability of certain high school athletes, and I don't think Jaden Horton Mims is the most marketable in terms of what their standards of marketability is, but you can't deny that he has talent and that he is ready to run, and he wouldn't be here if he wasn't in good shape. He's one of those high school athletes that I feel like can also get down to 44 seconds. I think he broke the 300-meter world record for under 18 or for high school athletes in the United States this year. So he's someone that is a formidable opponent, and if he's anywhere near, a lot of these pros, then he will, make his move, and he will really show that he's a force to be reckoned with. So he's my dark horse. For the women's 400-meter dash, we're getting through this thing. For the women's 400-meter dash, man, we have the likes of Sydney McLaughlin. I think I have her running away with this. I think she's going to hit a 48. Do I think she's going to break the American record? Hopefully she's been doing speed work in this block to hit that 200 a little bit faster than what she's been doing. But I definitely think that she has it in her legs, and she's going to have to be 4 weeks out or 5 weeks out from Worlds. And you got some of these girls at Worlds that have already run 48. It's going to take a 48 super low effort, or maybe even a 47. If we see a 47, it's going to be crazy. So Sydney has to go 48. She really has to push and really show that she's in really good shape in this 400-meter dash. But I have her getting first. As far as next, I have Aaliyah Butler. She's someone that runs for University of Georgia under Carol Smith Gilbert. And she's someone that has been running 49.0. She's been overseas. She went 49. She's been really showing she's been in really good shape. And I think that shape will really take her to second place, or even really challenge Sydney McLaughlin, because Sydney McLaughlin is going to really need a push if she's looking to go 48 to break that American record. I think for third, we have Isabel Whitaker. A lot of people are sleeping on Isabel because she didn't have the biggest signing, right? She signed with On. She didn't sign to a Nike, Adidas, some of these major brands. But she's someone that has been really strong. She's really consistent. She has a really great back half to her 400. And if people don't watch out, she's someone that's going to really take someone's spot, especially when it comes to the finish, right? I think that's going to be the top three. Because all those girls, young ladies, know how to finish. They don't really falter in the last 50 meters of their race. As far as dark horses, man, we got a ton of dark horses because, again, the 400-meter women are so stacked. We have Lena Irby. She's been going 49 multiple times this year. Hasn't gone 49 since her days at UGA, which is really dope to see. She's having the year of her life. If there's someone that can really take it and really take like a Isabel Whitaker out or Aaliyah Butler, it's going to be her. We have Alexis Holmes. She's someone that has been making teams for USA in the Open 400 for these past couple years, but she has not yet run under 50 seconds this year. And she's someone that, again, she's going to have to really get down there to really show in those last 50 meters that she wants it. And I think if the kind of competition is going to be here the way I think it's going to be, a couple athletes are going to have to go 48. All right? You have to be prepared to go 48. Or at least 49 super low, and Alexis Holmes hasn't yet done that yet. Britton Wilson, she's another one that has come out has been healthy now. She used to run for the University of Arkansas, and she's someone that we're looking to see if she can continue to drop time. She ran 51 2 months ago. Recently at the I think it's the Ed Classic or whatever that Tennessee meet is for pros to run that. She went 50 and some change. She won the meet, so it was really great to see her win. But it's going to take a 49 effort for her to be able to do that. Only time will tell, but that's who I have as my dark horse. But I definitely have Sydney McLaughlin taking that. She's actually given the 400-meter hurdles a break. And I said in a previous live what the reasoning is in order for her to really get down and really maybe solidify or stamp her legacy in terms of being the first woman to break 50 seconds in the 400-meter hurdles. She's going to have to be in 47 or low 48 shape to do that. And it's going to be a push. All right. Next. That was a mouthful. We have the 100-meter hurdles. So the 100-meter hurdles is always a toss-up because the United States women are so just tightly packed You know, if one person makes a mistake, if one person falls, if one person gets disqualified, the next woman up is just as talented and just as dope of an athlete to be able to qualify. So I have first place, Messiah Russell. I have her getting that number one spot. She has the American record. She's run 12.5. She's been really consistent this year. She's coming off an injury, so that's really dope to see. Next person that we have is Grace Stark. Grace Stark trains with Grant Holloway. She won, I think it was, what was it, the Paris Diamond League. She won it. So it was really great to see her win that kind of race with her, I think, first official big year being pro other than the Olympics. So I mean, she's run 12.2. She's someone that is ready to run and ready to show what kind of talent that she has. Third place, I would say, is Alicia Johnson. Her last meet, again, it was at that Ed Temple Classic, I believe. That was in University of Tennessee. She went 12.3 and 12.4, and she showed that she was in really great shape. I think one of those races were wind aided, but she's someone that started out the season like 12.7, 12.8, and has slowly just scaled her way down. And when you see that kind of momentum, that's what you want to see heading into a race. As long as she stays on her feet and stays like mentally focused, I think she'll be fine. Some of the dark horses I have are Kenny Harrison, who's someone that used to be the world record holder and American record holder. She's someone that if someone makes a mistake, I think she can capitalize off it. And then I have Aaliyah Armstrong. And she's someone that I too think that she's been really consistent. If she remains to stay consistent, I think she won Prefontaine, if I'm not mistaken, maybe. So she's someone that if she stays consistent, she can definitely take advantage. But like I said, the 100-meter hurdles is always a toss-up, just with the level of athlete that, always shows up. For the 110-meter hurdles, we have Trey Cunningham. I do know that Grant Holloway is running in this, but his back 2-3 hurdles, his back half of his 100-meter hurdles or 110-meter hurdles has been more consistent than him winning this year. He's been consistently not executing the last 3 hurdles, running up on the hurdles. I don't know what's been going on. It's almost like he builds up so much speed to the 60 that he just either can't maintain it or he just gets the rhythm just slows down. So hopefully he's been able to fix it. He is world champion, so I'm not putting too much weight on it, but we're also like 5 weeks out for September. So it's like, dude, we got to start fixing something. I do have Trey Cunningham winning. He's been knocking on the door of 13 flat. His PR is 13 flat. I think he's due for a breakthrough. He has momentum. He's eager. He's ready. He wants to run. He wants to get that done. I have Grant Holloway getting second. And then I have Cordell Tinch. If in a perfect world where Cordell Tinch is running the way, I mean, he's went 12.8 this year, very early. Hopefully he didn't peak too early, but he's been running really, really well. I mean, Grant Holloway could be knocked down to third. Or Grant Holloway, if he's not executing properly, he could possibly not even make not make the final, but he could possibly like not run the final, right? And maybe just say, hey, I got to go back to the drawing board, because you don't want to take that kind of L to those kind of competitors, because it just builds their confidence that they're doing something right. So we're going to see how he does. I do have a dark horse as being Dylan Beard. And mind you, because he's world champion, we have 4 going. So I definitely see that Dylan Beard can sneak in there. I mean, he's been capitalizing really well, dancing on 13 flat as well, 13.2, 13.1, winning the big races. So I'm really looking forward to see how he's going to do. So I'm really looking forward to see how he's going to do. We have the 400-meter hurdles next. We have the women. The women were so easy, man. With Sydney McLaughlin gone, it's really dope to see how the likes of like the rest of them are going to do. I had Dalilah Muhammad winning. She's been on a tear this year, running 52 early in the season. I think if she gets a push, I mean, we're talking about the number 3 and number 4 all-time list competing with Dalilah Muhammad and Anna Cockrell, and they train together. I think they can both take this down to like a 51 high or 52 low, and that will set them up for a really good like race right before Worlds, to get ready for Femke Bowl. And of course, third I have Jasmine Robinson. She's someone that can really sneak in there, and if any of those two make a mistake, can really sneak in there for third. Honestly, I don't really have any dark horses, because Jasmine Robinson has this 53.1, and then after that, the next fastest time is like a 55. I don't really think anyone can really sneak in there and just drop 2 seconds like that. I think there's so much distance that it's just crazy. So it's really dope to see those 3 push each other, and if they execute how they're supposed to, it should be a really good group going, with some really quality times. In a perfect world, if all of them hit 52, that's the Femke Bowl hunting party right there. For the men's, where it's very similar to that. I mean, of course, we have the likes of Rai Benjamin. He's the Olympic champion. He's going to be number one, of course. Then it's a toss-up between Trevor Bassett and Caleb Dean. Caleb Dean did a really good job. I also have, I think his name is Justin Robinson. He's the one whose meat fell out back in April. But he damn near PR'd when with that situation happened. So if he manages to keep his meat in his pants, pause, I think he can have a pretty good race, because, I mean, it seems like you need a 48 or 47 kind of race to really show that you're in good shape for this, and be able to snag a spot. But I have, Rai Benjamin, Trevor Bassett, and then Caleb Dean. He's been pretty consistent on the Grand Slam 400 meter hurdles, so he's in really good shape. He's been running 48 pretty consistently, so if he could just get his race modeling right, he should have a really good performance and really make sure he doesn't die in those last 50 meters or hit a hurdle coming off the curve. And then a dark horse I have is Craig Allen. He's signed to ASICS. He's the doctor out of Atlanta at Life University. Around there he trains, so I'm really looking forward to see how that will happen. And then finally, it's been a mouthful, guys. I'm tired. We have the 800 meter dash. So usually I wouldn't cover the 800 meter dash, but we have so many great performers, so many athletes that I've just been watching. So it's like, why not? Let's add on to it. We have the 800 meter dash for women. The person I have winning this is Addison Wiley, right? A lot of you guys may not know who that is, but she's been on damn near every single Diamond League, lining up, running 157, 158, 157, 158, like really sharpening her toolbox and showing that she's here and she's a force to be reckoned with. If I'm correct, I think she's like a recent high schooler. Like, she's like a recent high schooler, I want to say. She graduated maybe like a year ago or something like that, but she's a beast, man. She's been running 157 so many times this year. It's crazy. 157, 158. She's been living under sub 2 minutes. And I think she would do a really good job. She's been doing a really good job. Next person I have is Ajay Wilson. She just recently went 158. She's unsponsored, which is crazy. I mean, she's been an Adidas staple. But she recently went 158 this year. In like a June or July or something like that. So she's been really like under the scene, really killing it. And we have to assume maybe she has some injury issues or something was going on, but she's a winner. She has so many USA 800 meter champions. She was the girl before, I think, Mo. And I really think that, she has a lot left in the tank. Next person I have is Raven Rogers. She's someone that, again, she ran a really sneaky 158. No one really heard about it or talked about it, but she's someone that has, been consistently in that particular Oregon Stadium, has shown that she's a beast with it. So I think that's going to be my top three. For my dark horses, I have Nia Ali. When she did that, she was running with Brooks. She's no longer running with Brooks. Don't know why, but she's someone that I really think, and I think she's actually been training with Ajay Wilson too, to be honest. So, I really think that, like I said, if it will really show if Ajay Wilson is in good shape, that Nia Ali should be in good shape. Maybe, I don't know. But she's someone that has run in the championship races, and we can only hope that that form has not really left her, even though she switched over from Brooks. And then, of course, my last dark horse is Athing Mu. I'm saying Athing Mu because she's been dropping a lot of time, and I don't think she would line up if she didn't think that she can qualify for this kind of race, if she can't run 158 after 2 rounds, assuming that she can stay on her feet, right? I think she lacks that 400 meter speed that she used to have when she was at Texas A&M, which is unfortunate, but she has the strength. And if she can, there should be no reason as a 48, 49 athlete, she can't string together 2 58-second runs or 2 59-second runs, there should be no reason as someone who had the American record as a 15, 16-year-old that she can't come through at a 125 and keep going. So I'm really looking forward to see how she does, but she's definitely a dark horse, and it'll be very interesting to see how she executes. Last but not least, we have the men's 800 meter dash. We have Josh Hoey as first place. This guy has been kicking butt. He's the indoor USA champion. He's someone that's really been showing that I can lead American 800 meter running. Bryce Hoppel I have for second. And, man, his last position has been really a toss-up. But I would have to go with Brandon Miller. Brandon Miller is someone who made it to Paris Olympics. He's been running miles recently. He recently broke the 4-minute barrier. He ran 3:35 in the 1500. He's really been doing a great job with having his strength. And, You know, Donovan Brazier looks really good. I have him as a dark horse, but he's only been running 1/800s. And we can't underestimate the ability you have to not only be able to run a 144 one time or 143 one time, but you have to be able to do it after 2 rounds. And he hasn't really run rounds in the past like 3 years because he's been hurt. So we have to go with Brandon Miller, not based off of talent or anything like that. I think they're both talented. I think Donovan Brazier is like the GOAT of talent, to be able to come back after 1,000+ days of not racing. But you have to respect the shape of strength that is required to run 3 rounds or 2 rounds or whatever it is of solid 800s. An additional dark horse I have is Shane Cohen. Everyone might be asking, yo, who's Shane Cohen? He went to University of Virginia. He's someone that ran a really, really, really sneaky 800 to win the NCAAs. He had a really big kick around 150, very reminiscent of Robbie Andrews. If you were, around in 2008, 2009, seeing Robbie Andrews slingshot around the curve of Oregon Stadium to win the 800 meters in such emphatic fashion. I mean, he's kind of like a second coming of that. He's someone that has a lot of strength, and he's someone that I feel like if he's close, if they don't really take that out and he's close by, he's someone that can come in there and sneak it. I don't think he really had the big year last year after the NCAAs to really capitalize off of that, but he's someone that's, hopefully he's been training and he's in good shape to be able to do something. So we're going to see, but those are my picks, guys. Woo! That's a lot. Those are my picks. So if you have any other picks, any other suggestions, if you're like, yo, D, you tripping, you know what you're talking about, yo, put it in the comments. Let me know. Put it in the chat. Let me know if I'm just smoking, if I'm just tripping. I don't know what I'm talking about. I think I did a pretty good job, to be honest. But yeah, we're going to see today. The first event is going to be today, July 29th. What's today? Well, it's going to be July 31st. So today's the last day of the first event. It's the first day of the championship, and then it finishes August 3rd, which I believe is a Sunday. So it should be really interesting. I'm really, really excited to see what's going to happen. And yeah, let me know in the comments below. I'm going to be following this thing as well as you guys. So without further ado, this is D Brown with Trackers. I want to thank you guys for watching. Subscribe, comment, get the notification bell, all that cool stuff. I see you guys on the next one. Peace.